You didn't plan to be here. You were getting groceries, heading home from work, just walking through the wrong intersection at the wrong time. Now there are 200 people around you and they're screaming. Someone throws a bottle. It shatters 3 feet from your head. The crowd surges left, then right. You can't see the edges anymore. You can't see the exits. Just bodies, noise, smoke, and the very real possibility that you're about to get trampled, beaten, or worse. This is how people die in riots, not from the violence they came to protest, from the chaos they didn't expect, from crowd crushes, stampedes, panic, from making the wrong move at the wrong second. But here's the thing about riots. They have physics. Crowds move in patterns. There are safe zones and kill zones. And if you know the movements that keep you alive, you can ghost your way out while everyone else is losing their minds. Let's start with movement 1. The diagonal drift. When a crowd surges, your instinct is to push straight against it or run straight with it. Both will kill you. Pushing against a crowd is like fighting a river. You'll get crushed. Running with it means you've lost control. You go where it goes, and it might go straight into a wall, a fire, or a line of riot police with batons. Instead, you move diagonal. You're not fighting the surge, and you're not surrendering to it. You're sliding along the edge of the current like a kayak cutting across whitewater. The crowd pushes left, you angle forward left, but slightly away from the densest part. You're using their momentum, not resisting it. Your goal isn't to stop the crowd, it's to migrate toward the edges where the density drops and you have room to breathe, think, and plan your escape. Always drift diagonal. Always drift out. Movement 2. The low center of gravity shuffle. You do not run in a riot. Running makes you a target. It makes you visible. It makes you unstable. One shove, one trip, and you're on the ground. And on the ground in a riot means you're about to be a speed bump. Instead, you shuffle. Knees lightly bent, weight low. Arms up, protecting your head and chest. You move like a boxer in a clinch. Compact, stable, hard to knock over. Your feet never leave the ground completely.
You're sliding them forward in short, controlled steps. This does 2 things. It keeps you balanced when people slam into you, and it keeps you from falling when the ground is littered with debris, bodies, or wet from fire hoses and pepper spray. Fast doesn't matter. Stable matters. Stable gets you out alive. Movement 3. The wall hug. If you're near a building, you hug that wall like it's your best friend. Not because it's cover, it isn't. It's because the wall is a reference point. In a riot, spatial awareness dies fast. You lose your sense of direction. Everything looks the same. Smoke, bodies, chaos. But a wall gives you a line. You can follow it. You know that if you keep the wall on your right and keep moving, you'll eventually hit a corner, an alley, a doorway, something that breaks the crowd pattern. The wall also protects one side of your body. You only have to defend your front and one flank. People can't surround you. It's a tactical advantage that costs you nothing. Stay within arm's reach of that wall. Follow it until it gives you an out. Finally, movement 4. Identify the river versus the eddy. Crowds in riots aren't uniform. They're like water. There are fast currents where everyone's moving in one direction. That's the river. And there are calm pockets where the flow breaks. Those are the eddies. The river is dangerous. High density, high speed, no control. You get swept up and you go where it takes you, usually toward the worst of the violence or into a choke point where crowd crushes happen. The eddy is your friend. It's the space behind a parked car, between 2 buildings, near a recessed doorway. It's where the crowd flow breaks and you have a few seconds of calm. That's where you catch your breath, assess, and plan your next move. Your goal is to drift from eddy to eddy, avoiding the rivers entirely. You're island hopping your way out of the chaos. These aren't tricks. They are the application of physics to a human storm. You survive not by being stronger than the crowd, but by being smarter than it. You don't fight the current, you navigate it. You see the patterns in the panic, you find the seams in the chaos, and you walk out while everyone else is still caught in the surge.
Movement 5. The ghost step. This is the most important movement and the hardest to master under pressure. You become invisible by becoming boring. Rioters have targets.
Police have targets: agitators, journalists, anyone running, anyone screaming, anyone who stands out. You are none of those things. You move with purpose, but without panic. Your face is neutral. You're not looking around wildly or making eye contact. You're not yelling or recording on your phone. Your hands are visible, but empty. You're just another person trying to get out. The ghost step means you blend into the crowd's emotional texture. If they're angry, you look concerned but not enraged. If they're running, you're moving quickly but not sprinting. You mirror the average energy level around you, but you never amplify it. This keeps you off everyone's radar. The cops don't see a threat. The rioters don't see an outsider. You're just background noise, and background noise doesn't get targeted. Now that you're invisible, where do you go? Movement 6, the exit recognition pattern. In a riot, the street you came in on is probably blocked. The main intersections are where the worst violence is happening. You need to recognize unconventional exits and use them fast. Look for alleys between buildings, parking garages with open entrances, businesses with unlocked doors, coffee shops, convenience stores, office lobbies. If you can get inside and out the back, you've just skipped 3 blocks of danger. Look for gaps in police lines. They're not solid walls. There are seams, usually near vehicles or barricades, that you can slip through if you're calm and don't draw attention. Look for elevation changes, a raised platform, a set of stairs. Anything that gets you above or below street level breaks the crowd flow and gives you options. The key is recognizing these exits 2 moves ahead. You're always scanning. You're playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. But knowing how to move is only half of it. You have to understand the threats to keep from becoming a statistic. First, crowd crush. This is when density gets so high that people can't expand their chests to breathe. It happens in choke points, narrow streets, blocked exits, doorways. You feel pressure from all sides and you can't move. People die standing up. If you feel crowd density spiking, you abort immediately. Do not wait to see if it gets better. It won't. Then, stampedes. These happen when panic spreads and everyone runs in the same direction. People fall, they pile up, you get trampled.
If a stampede starts, you do not run with it. You diagonal drift toward the edges and find an eddy fast. Let the river pass, then you move. And finally, projectiles and chemicals. Bricks, bottles, tear gas canisters, they come from all directions. Keep your head on a swivel and your arms up, protecting your skull. If you see something thrown, you duck and cover. The tear gas and pepper spray don't just hurt, they disorient. If you get gassed, do not rub your eyes. Breathe shallow through your nose, blink rapidly, and keep moving in the direction you are going. The chemicals disperse, but only if you don't stop. Here is your real-time decision tree when you're trapped. Step 1. Assess density. If you can lift your arms, you have room. If you can't, you're in danger. Start diagonal drift immediately. Step 2. Locate the edges. Where is the crowd thinnest? That's your target direction. Everything you do moves you toward lower density. Step 3. Identify eddies and exits. Find your calm pockets. Find your escape routes. 2 moves ahead, always. Step 4. Execute. Diagonal drift, low shuffle, ghost step through the chaos. Move from eddy to eddy until you hit an exit. Step 5. Leave the area entirely. Do not stop 1 block away. Get at least 6 blocks clear before you even think about stopping. Distance is survival. Imagine you're trapped in the middle of it right now. The noise is deafening. The smoke is choking you. You can't see where you came from or where you're going, but you know the 6 movements: diagonal drift, low shuffle, wall hug, eddy hopping, ghost step, exit recognition. You're not panicking. You're not fighting. You're not running. You're flowing through the chaos like water through cracks. You're using physics, awareness, and cold calculation to become invisible and untouchable. The crowd doesn't even notice you leaving, and that's exactly how you survive.